Hi, my name is Andrew Towers, and today we're looking at Zoom. Zoom is the ubiquitous online video conferencing service that everybody's using. But I'm sure you already knew that. So let's look at the basics, let's figure out how it works, and I think by the end of this video, you'll have a pretty decent understanding as to how to use Zoom and how to apply it in real life. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Andrew Towers, and today I would like to introduce you to the world of online video conferencing with Zoom. Zoom has become the ubiquitous video conferencing service in the past year. Seeing as everyone seems to be using it now, understanding how it works is more important than ever. To join a Zoom meeting, first you will need a link or a code. Your Zoom link will typically be found in an email from the host or organizer or on the website of the organization. This is what a generic Zoom meeting looks like, as you can see, or Zoom meeting invite looks like. As you can see, the link is in the middle. There's a meeting ID if you want to join from the Zoom website. There's a passcode there for the same purpose. But let's go ahead and go over to the link. So, as you can see, you're given the prompt open Zoom meetings. You have the option to allow it to always open Zoom meetings with this, automatically open it, or you can go ahead and hit Zoom meetings yourself. But for the purposes of this demonstration, I'm going to hit cancel. So if you had hit cancel or clicked off of it, then you're given the option to launch it here. So I'll go ahead and hit launcher, and I'll go ahead and open Zoom meetings right here. So now I'm in. You have a couple options immediately. Yeah, so the big thing will be this join audio feature, right? So you can join with computer audio. You can test your speaker and microphones. Yeah, so you can either immediately join with computer audio, or you can test speaker and microphones. So I'll go ahead and click this. As you can see, I am hearing something. So I can hear something through my speakers, so I know that it's working. But if it wasn't, then you will want to click no, try another speaker, or click in this menu right here where you can see there are 6 options for me. I don't know, there might be more or fewer for you, but in my case it's working, so I'm going to hit yes. I do. And also you can see clearly my mic is working. You can see the input level go up and down as I speak. And also, one thing to note here, it will automatically play it back to you after about a second or two of silence, and so you'll be able to hear yourself and see if that's the mic you want to use, because maybe you have more than one. If it isn't, then you can go ahead and change it here. But in my case, this is what I want to work with. I'm going to hit yes, and it's going to say, well, your device is not working properly. That's kind of strange, but it is. So these are both green. I'm going to hit end test and join with computer audio. Okay, now that I'm in, you can see that I am already automatically unmuted. Now that could be a concern for some people, and so I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. Okay, and also I'm going to change my view to gallery view. That's a nice little feature. Okay, so now that you've muted yourself, you have a few other things. You can start your video, so I'll go ahead and do that. That's just with one click. You can say hello. There I am. You have a few other little features in here. There's a little up arrow. So I'm going to go to video settings, and you can see I can make it HD. I can change the ratio. I mean, there are all sorts of things. It's really comprehensive. So I'm going to back out of that. That's a lot of things right there. But I am going to go ahead and go back to virtual backgrounds, because that's one of Zoom's big features is so like blur, for example. So you can see everything behind me is blurred. My arm is blurred right now, but I am not blurred. It's kind of nice. So if there's something back here, like if I thought this was really junky and I didn't, want it to be shown, you just click blur in the backgrounds and filters menu. You can also apply video filters. I don't have any installed right now, so I can't do that. But if you want to, you can really go in depth with Zoom. There's a lot of stuff to do, but you don't need to. All this is optional. Okay, so back over here, I'm going to turn that filter off, and I'm going to stop my video. Okay, so now as you can see, there are 5 buttons on the bottom. You can see there's participants, chat, share screen, record, and reactions. So the first thing I'm going to go to is participants. I'm going to go through these in order. So it's just me and myself in this meeting, and I can unmute myself. I cannot unmute the other people for obvious reasons. I can rename myself. That's kind of cool. Okay, so that's the participants menu. You also have the chat menu. Now, as you can see, these overlap. So I'm going to minimize this. There's a little drop down right here. Hit minimize. And now the chat is the full screen. I can go ahead and send a chat to everybody in there. Let's see. Hey, how's it going? So now that shows up for everybody. I can also just send one to the host. So say I'm having an issue, maybe there's a technical problem, or I just want to say hi. Then I can go ahead and message the host directly. Hey, how's it going? And that won't go to the group. It just goes to the host. If you're on a webinar, you have a similar option to this, but it's called panelists. It will send to the panelist and the host, so that you're not asking the group as a whole. You're not asking all 50 people in the room, but you're just asking maybe the 3 to 5 panelists who are speaking. Okay. Then assign. Now you have share screen. Sharing your screen is a pretty cool feature. As you can see, I have a little script over on this screen, and I have the recording software. But on this one, I have the Zoom meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and share this. As you can see, this goes away. And so you can pause the share. So if I just want it to stay on this, but I wanted to check my email, for example, I'll go ahead and pause the share. I'm going to go back and check my email. There's nothing here. Oh, there's a Zoom meeting in progress. I'll keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and resume it. So nobody saw me check my email, but I checked it. And I can go ahead and annotate. Wow, that's really cool. Or whatever. So you have a couple options in here, such as annotate. Now, other people on the call can annotate on your screen. So if you want to prevent them from doing that, then you can go ahead and go in this menu. You go to more, and you go to disable annotation for others. So now other people in the call will no longer be able to annotate on your stream, on your shared screen. Okay. And as you can see, we have the same sort of features as before. We have participants, we have video, we have mute. Kind of makes sense, but you don't have the other menu from before. It's just this green bar. So it's not even on my other monitor. It's just gone. Now, saying I want to stop sharing, go ahead and do that here. It pulls me back to this menu. Now, one thing to note is I think if you click onto another thing, you can get this down. I don't know how to, but okay, never mind. We're just gonna scrap that. Okay. Now we're down to 2 more. You have record. So you have to ask the permission of the host to record. I'm not going to do that, but I am the host, so I'm going to go ahead and record on his screen so you can see what it would look like if somebody was recording. So as you can see, it immediately pops up with a little red recording icon in the upper corner, and that's how you know the stream or the meeting is being recorded by someone in the meeting. And so you can tell, you can especially tell because if you pause it, I just paused the recording, and that button that light immediately goes away. So it's nowhere to be seen. And so it's only going to show up if someone is recording. Okay. A few more things, reactions. You can raise your hand. So I've raised my hand on the call. This brought I know it's kind of hard to tell because it's named the same thing, it has the same icon, but I was on the right before, and now I'm on the left, because raising the hand puts priority on the person who raised the hand, which is kind of cool. Now I'm going to lower my hand. In case you accidentally raise it, you can lower it just as easily. You go to the same place and you just click lower hand. It goes away. Now, what you can't get rid of as easily are these things. So let's say I want to give it a thumbs up. I really like what somebody had to say, so now you can see I am on the right. And it will stay there. And if I click it again, I really, really like this. It isn't going away. So you're just going to have to wait for it to go away by itself. It's not an automatic process. And there it goes. Okay. Now, you can see there are a few, all these things. You have a few little options in here. You can rename yourself. You can, obviously there's video settings, there are audio settings. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with Zoom. You can even suppress background noise, which is kind of nice. So, like, I have a very loud keyboard. And so if I wanted to, I could set noise suppression on high. You have to download it, but you can do it. And that would suppress my very loud keyboard. You also can change the view. Now, this is especially helpful on laptops, tablets, smaller handheld or lap devices. On phones, this is different, but on computers, so long as you are on a computer running Windows, this is what it will look like. You can change it to speaker view, right? So this will be, I think, this is the host right now. So yeah, you can see, here I am from the laptop, and it's really big, really blown up. And so that's especially helpful if you're, if you have a smaller screen and you just can't see everybody, because I'll go back to the other view real quick, gallery view. You can see that's a lot smaller. It's a lot harder to see. So if I was sharing my screen, right, let me go ahead and do that. Share task manager, right? So you can see it takes it actually to a whole different menu. So if somebody else shares this screen, that's what it looks like. Totally different thing. You can, again, you can annotate. So I can annotate because the host hasn't changed that. I can go ahead and circle. I can say it's really interesting, and that will show up actually on their screen, which is strange. You can undo your own animation, right? And you may or may not be able to do that. Just depends whether or not the person is allowed you to. Okay, what else? You can go to side-by-side mode. That brings it out different sizes. You can scale it with this once you're in side-by-side mode. So if I really don't care what was on that screen, I can just go over here. I can change the view. Standard. You have another view. Speaker, right? So now that brings the speaker out like this. You can really see the speaker. And then also you have gallery, which is the side-by-side mode. It's the same thing. It's you can drag, resize. Okay. I think that's the majority of what I had to say. That's pretty much it. If you have any other questions, please leave a comment on this video on YouTube, or shoot me an email at andrewttowers@gmail.com. Okay. What else? I think we're good here. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.